Welcome back. Today we're going through the best and worst tattoo TikToks I could find. Let's jump into it. Okay, we got this grandma tat. Now that is a tattoo. Imagine you die, you go to heaven, and that's what you show up with. You got that? I mean, come on. That is a tattoo and a half on poor grandma. She wants it gone. Poor grandma. Now, is there anything to learn from this? Probably not. Don't do druggos, and if you're gonna do druggos, keep tat machines away from your upper thighs. And if you're one of those people who's like, you don't know that they were on druggos, well, I hope so. I hope so. If she wasn't and she made this as a sober decision, she should not be sober at all, ever. So, okay, on to the next. Speaking of bananas, here is my client has 28 banana tattoos. Today I'm doing his 29th. Banana tat. Way less weird and gross than the last banana tat we saw. Still kind of weird and gross. I mean, I don't know what is going on here. Does he love bananas? He better. I've seen people get pizza tattoos like this, like religiously get tattooed by everybody they know, and they always make it a pizza. I know a guy who gets only spiders tattooed on him. It seems way more interesting than bananas. Like spiders, you could do a million different ways, and it would be interesting every time, where a banana is just not very interesting at all. This dude better be sucking down bananas every single chance he gets. If he's not sucking down bananas, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, this guy's a phony, a poser. This guy is not allowed to have this many banana tats and not be suckling them down every 10 seconds, dude. He better be like, up, banana. Like, dude, what is going on here? Banana tats, dude? I don't know. Do I like it? No. Do I mind it? No, not really. It's banana tat guy. He's just that guy who always gets bananas tatted on. Fun fact, I hate bananas. Yeah, don't like them, don't care for them. I mean, they're fine. If they're in an acai bowl, if they're in a smoothie, don't really mind them. But I'm not gonna suckle down a banana anytime soon unless I'm dying of cramps. And then I do it forcefully. I go, oh, one gulp, don't even chew. I hate this so much. It bums me out. Bananas are gay. On to the next. Okay, what do we got here? We got the stitch tattoo, stitches. I have no idea what this is. In my head, I was like, is this Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas? I don't know. I am not sure. Or does this guy really like baseball and he got the stitch? I don't know. Let me Google it. Let me double check. Is it the stitches from Nightmare Before Christmas? Sally? Oh, Sally, baby. I don't know. The other tattoos are totally fine. I'm not here to hate on any other tattoos except for the stitches. We'll let them play around and then we'll just keep doing the stitches. Stitches. That's one of those tattoos that I see and I go, oh, why? Oh, why? Why do this to your nice little armsicle? How are you supposed to do anything with your arm when you got these lazy little lines with other little lazy little lines going around it? I just don't know. I'm forever curious how you're supposed to make any nice tattoos around when you got just stitches going rounds and rounds. What would I rather see as a tattoo? Anything? For sure, banana sleeves. If I saw a banana sleeve, I'd be like, it could be stitches, and that would be worse. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Aesthetically, I don't get it. Tattooer-wise, I don't get it. I don't understand anything about this tattoo. On to the next.
I'm a tattoo artist with a very distinct style, and I do not allow changes in my work. But hold on, before you comment. I made a previous video where I did not elaborate correctly, so I'm going to make this one extremely clear. And before anyone gets upset and comments anything about this title right here, you got to watch everything that I say so you can understand my point of view, because it's not what you think. It's not anything bad.
The title said, I'm a tattooer with distinct style and I don't allow changes on my designs.
Previously, I mentioned that if someone were to fly out to me, what do? You just don't tattoo them if they don't like the design. You just like say fuck it and you just don't do anything. No. If someone flies all the way out to me and they want to make a bunch of changes and nitpick the hell out of it, okay, that's an issue because clearly there was some miscommunication that we were having in our consultation because I don't know how we got to that point because I thought all the information was there. But I did say previously that there's Flash. They can fall back on Flash. Here's the deal though. You fly all the way across the country to come get tattooed by me and we're having a clash. Okay, we got to figure something out. So it's either I'm going to make some time and redraw it, or we're going to scrap it, start over, or go a different route, or go to Flash. There's so many options, but what I'm talking about is the people who come in and they nitpick the shit out of the design and now the flow state's ruined. Now we're not having a good time. Strong difference between someone coming in and being like, hey, I don't really like this. Can we take that out? Or, oh, I like this. Can you add more of this? That right there is a flow state. We're vibing. We're communicating effectively together. We're collaborating. But if someone's coming in and they're nitpicking every single thing about it, oh, can you put this color here and this color here, and can you switch that up to... Okay, now we're messing with the color theory, and that's a no-no. Because what I...
Okay, I watched this whole video. I think I have to agree with her, and before I get into it, let me show you her work. Look at this tattoo right here. I am sorry, but if you think you understand this design, like imagine it as a line drawing and you see all these different things and you're like, whoa, there's tons of line work and there's tons of things going on. As a tattooer, if someone showed me this as line work, I would not understand how they're gonna do it as a tattoo. Mostly because of like the different color choices. It's weird, it's wild. She's just like throwing in a bunch of stuff. This is the type of tattoo you should not be nitpicky about at all because you do not understand how this girl is gonna do this tattoo, even kind of remotely. So back to what she's saying, I 100% agree with her completely. I think that if you're a tattoo client and you wanna get tattooed by someone who does work anywhere near as complex as her, you should not go to an appointment and be nitpicky at all. And I know that that might be like, oh wow, like that's kind of weird. This is a tattoo on me forever. Then do not get tattooed by people like this because as a person who's been in tattoo shops for 15 years, if someone brought me this stencil, I would be lost. I'd be so lost. I'd be like, how am I gonna tattoo this? So when I see that she does it, it's like, just let her do her thing. That's how she tattoos. You clearly want a tattoo from her, right? You flew across the country, just let her do her thing. Even like small things that you don't like, I'd be like, you don't even know what it looks like. So don't just get the tattoo or don't get tattooed by someone who has this process. Yeah, if I tattooed nearly as complex as she does, I would allow 0 changes. Even myself as someone who like people do travel to get tattooed by pretty often, I make very few changes when I'm tattooing them already. So, and I don't tattoo nearly as complex types of designs as she does. So, hey, good for her. I listened to what she said and I was like, I don't know. And then I saw her work and I was like, yeah. Totally makes sense. Don't get tattooed by her if you're gonna be a nitpicky little punk, dude. You just say, hey, I want an owl. And then you see what she does. That's it. This type of tattooing, yep. On to the next. Okay, so as a tattooer, I like dumb tattoos. I've said this a million times. I will continue to say it. This one right here is too dumb. Too dumb for me. Just cannot stand it. I'm like, ooh, that's too dumb. Too dumb. And I like dumb tattoos. I really, I get down with them. If they're simple and they're clunky and they're weird, I'm okay with that. But that has its limits. There's a place where I'm like, okay, that is too clunky and too dumb, and it looks like any scratcher could pull something off like this, and that's kind of how I feel about this type of Japanese style tattooing. This is definitely the limit of where I go, nope, you never go full retard. Went full retard. That's where we're at. That is where we're at. For an example of something that I think is right on that line of what I think is so dumb and still works, I'll kind of show you. Because like, why not? Who am I not to show you? I can't find any videos of him. But there's plenty of times where I see Japanese tattooers doing very, very, very dumbed down versions, huge style like this. And actually like even my Japanese stuff looks kind of similar to this, but not at. This just pushes the boundaries of what is too dumb, and there's nothing about this tattoo that looks interesting to me. Maybe this tattoo, if it was like small and simple, and it was like that big, I'd be like, yeah. Super dumb, whatever, it's all good. This is too far. This is too far. And just like, honestly, it looks boring to me. It's almost like someone was thinking like, how dumb can I make stuff look and get away with? Yeah, they went too dumb. I think most people would agree. Most people would agree. On to the next. Back and chest piece done in 2 sessions. Okay, so clearly this is a United States Marine Corps tattoo, and on the front we get the face, on the back we get the butt, and all the words are reversed. It's something. It's something. It's a big joke. I think that's funny. If it was my big joke, I'd be like, don't do that. What do you think? Is this joke hitting all the right notes for you, or is it just kind of dumb looking? Because to me, it kind of just looks dumb looking, and it's clearly a joke, and I'm like, meh. I've seen dumb things like this before, and I go, why are you dedicating a full chest panel and back panel to a gag, you know? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel the same way? I think so. I think we all do, right? You're like, we've seen it. The internet exists. We've seen dumb stuff. This is just right on the list of also dumb stuff. Okay.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Leon. I'm from the UK. I'm from Leeds in England.
I see you have so many tattoos. What is your favorite tattoo?
I've got loads. I like this one is a reference to Spider-Man 2. I always wanted this as like a watch, so I love this one. In terms of my favorite though, I kind of like this one because it kind of like follows the curvature of my body. I'm a big fan of tattoos that like where the artist doesn't apply a stencil, more where they sort of draw it on sort of as they go, and sort of just like more of a freestyle, I guess. It sort of feels a bit more personal, which I think is a bit more important to me. So anything that sort of follows the curvature of your body and sort of is more you than just a design, I kind of like that kind of thing more and hoping to get more stuff.
Okay, like the rest of you, we all think that that's stupid, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense. What curvature of your fingers are you talking about when he just goes ding, ding, ding? I don't know. Does it feel personal to anybody else? Maybe the tattooer was sucking down his little fingies and was like getting the shape of his fingies, and then he was like, yeah, let me tattoo it like this. I don't get this. Every single time someone has a dumb, far out line scribbly tattoo, they're like, it just goes with my body. And I'm like, huh? What are we talking about? Every single time, I just can't like comprehend it. My computing skills of what they say and how I feel just go out the door, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. Like, what about that tells you that it's personal? To me, if anything, their disrespect for your body by scribbling off crap that doesn't look like anything, that is just like scratchy looking things, really seems unpersonal. And like, it would be way more personal if you went to somebody who spent years and years perfecting their craft and studying and trying their very best at a thing, and they gave you something that they are proud of that will last on your body for the rest of your life. Like, that seems way more personal than some guy being like, meh, meh. Yeah, there you go. It's crazy to me. It doesn't matter how you market it. This scratcher culture is just so boring. It's boring. It feels like a copy-paste version of itself every single time, and I just got zero tolerance for it. Luckily, there's very few people who are this dumb to get it, but they exist. They exist. And they're like, look at me, I'm an internet person. Next!
Hello, Scratchers. You do not have to.
Did I put these on purpose next to each other? Maybe. Here's another Scratcher guy. His name's Hot Scratcher. He wants to be known as Scratcher Guy.
You do not have to do an apprenticeship. I literally interview famous celebrity scratchers from all over the world and all the time. And they all have the most ridiculous.
Okay, so that statement right there. Famous celebrity scratchers. What a statement that is. Like, these are the Will Smiths of tattoo land. Like, what are we talking? Famous celebrity scratcher. Look, scratchers rely on the internet. That is how they exist in the world. Look, anybody walks into a tattoo shop and they see the scratchy line thing that person just showed as like a good tattoo, in any portfolio, in any tattoo shop in all the world, and everyone would be like, no, I don't want that dumb looking tattoo. I want a good looking tattoo. And so like these scratchers really rely on internet clout to provide their celebrity status, which is crazy to even say, just like dumb thing to say. I don't think there's actually any famous tattooers with the exception of Kat Von D. Who do I think is a famous tattooer? Like realistically, to me, famous means like A-list, B-list, C-list, right? Like celebrities. Those are like, you know, what's the guy from Maroon 5, that guy, Will Smith, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio, Lindsay Lohan. I'm throwing out all sorts of names that are like in this range, but those are celebrities, right? And then there's tattooers, which the most famous tattooer I could think of is Kat Von D, and that's not famous. That was like once upon a time, maybe kind of famous, and not even really that famous. Like, don't use the term celebrity famous tattooers, because that doesn't exist. Like, there is no famous tattooers. There's tattooers that you know because you like their work or they're on the internet or whatever, and you go to 10 other people who like tattoos, and 90% of them won't know what tattooer you're talking about. You're not famous. You're a scratcher. And even within scratchers, you're not famous. Drives me crazy. That seems like Midwest type of thinking. No offense to all my Midwest people. But if you're from LA or if you're from New York, you'd be like, famous person. And it's like, you were on a pilot of an NBC show. That doesn't make you famous, okay? You're not a famous tat scratcher. You're just a bum on the internet who got like a couple thousand views. And as a bum on the internet who's also gotten a couple thousand million views of shit, I'm not famous. And I'm sure I have more internet clout than almost every tattoo scratcher with the exception of what's that one guy, Dexter X farts up his butt. I don't know. So I'm not famous. They're not famous. None of you jabrones are famous. No tattooer I know. It drives me crazy. Yeah, none of you. Who's the most famous other than Kat Von D? All the people from, you know, like there's Ami James, well-known, not famous. Even Bang Bang, well-known, not famous. Well, and certainly not celebrity. Ed Hardy, not a celebrity, well-known tattooer. The most famous tattooer of that generation for sure, but not famous.
And they all have the most ridiculous origin stories. So I interviewed Gael Kleinau today, and his story was like, I built a prison tattoo machine because I didn't want to do an apprenticeship where I got hazed and they made me draw 50 traditional roses. He was like, I'm literally an artist. Like, I'm not going to do that. And he literally like seen how you can make a prison tattoo machine on a TV documentary and built it and started tattooing himself and his friends. And he literally went and faked a portfolio and off of like Google Images and brought it into a studio where an owner was like really on his lowest point and like got in that way. And like, then he went on to work at some of the biggest studios all around the world. And like, I'm not saying that you should do that. I'm just saying like, they all have some story like that, man.
Just so you know, this is a dumb story from a dumb guy featuring dumb people. You to ask any tattoo apprentice how they got the gig, and they're gonna have equally hustly, dumb stories. It's just like part of tattooing. How did you get in? You got in. Next.
Oh, fuck. Oh my God.
I'd rather do cyber sigillism than that tattoo, 100%. You could be like, make me draw it on, and then the guy being like, oh my God, it goes with the curvature of my body. I'd be like, yeah, dude. Anything other than this. Honestly, this is my worst nightmare. Looking at this, all these words, all the things I'd have to do, double checking all the spelling, my worst nightmare. If you told me that I could be a millionaire, but I had to do lettering tattoo every single day, or I could chop off 2 of my toes and be a millionaire, I'd chop off 2 of my toes, 100%. Between those two, honestly, if you told me that I had to chop off my foot to make the same amount of money that I'd have to do this type of lettering every single day, I'm gonna look like a pirate out here, dude. I'm gonna have a stub leg and I'm gonna be happier as a human being than having to do this. Lettering might be the worst thing that ever happened to me, ever. And the amount of times I had to bite the bullet to do some lettering to make money was crazy. And I hate lettering. It's my worst nightmare. On to the next, just so you know. Stub legs McGee, stubby leggy McGee. Like, that's gonna be me, dude. Okay, there's nothing here except that's a dumb looking thing to do to your face. Yeah, just enjoy it. Let's look. I hope this one hurts. I hope this one hurts in every way, because it hurts me to have to look at it. My eyes, mad at me for looking at this. Yeah, yep. That's all I got. I hate it. I hate it. As you do too. If you don't hate that, you're crazy. If you think that looks good, you're crazy. Do you think I could do better biomech? Probably not. Probably not. I hate biomech. I think it looks good sometimes, but I hate biomech. I saw a biomech leg sleeve like 2 weeks ago. I thought it looked very nice. Very nice, very nice. I didn't do it. I didn't know who did it, and I wasn't gonna ask because I didn't care that much. Looked very nice. On to the next. Okay, this is where I will leave all of you tat daddies. Look at this very famous celebrity scratcher. I have an interview with him next week. His name is Potbelly Jones, and he tattoos out of Belgium, and he does very good work. He changes perspectives of how tattoo culture is perceived here in Belgium. He's very famous and he's very well known, and that's all I got. It's stupid, bad tattooing. On to the next. And by the next, I mean bye. See you later. Ciao? What are 10 ways to say bye? Par, be, adios, zajan, biwasite, nihaute, zaihan. Au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, sayonara, di civil. There's a bunch. I don't know. See you later.